What do we think might have set people off about this little statement?
No, it's not. If somebody attacks Hila Klein, they're gonna go to jail.
In the West Bank. In the West Bank.
If he said that about Donald Trump, would the Secret Service be at his house? Yes.
Hasan knows exactly where the line is on this. The FBI would not have a single case against Hasan. He knows where the line is. So, can someone, I guess we'll look at some of Hasan stuff. That's what everyone's talking about right now. Has anyone got, like, the VOD timestamp so I can just see it all in context? Find it? Okay, cool. I see everyone's spurging out. I only watched one of the clips, but I just can't imagine that any of this is going to be as bad as the reaction is making it seem. I really don't think it's going to be. I'm going to be honest, from what I've seen so far. I could be wrong. I will reserve judgment. Could be wrong. It's not looking good. It's not looking promising from the one clip I saw. Nick's tweet been cracking me up. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I saw Nick's tweet as well. Dude, why does Nick talk like a bitch? Like, actually, like a woman. Like a bitch. Like a woman. Like a middle-aged, wine-drinking bitch. Support for Hila Klein is pivotal right now. You fat, estrogenic... Oh, God. Right around the 4-hour mark on this VOD, apparently. Let's take a look. Let's see. Let's give it a moment. Let's see what they've been looking at.
Is it an F? What happened?
Palestinian Authority.
Obviously, as you guys know, I actually am playing kind of dumb here, because I actually do watch Hasan's stream in full every day, and have lengthy phone conversations with him afterwards. So I am actually fully caught up on this, and I'm kind of playing dumb for the sake of theatre right now.
One here says the presence of Israeli soldiers and settlers is designed to make a point, to emphasize who's really in charge. This is a journey around the West Bank, and inevitably it starts at the wall separating Israel from its Palestinian neighbors. It is imposing and is in many ways a symbol of Israel's desire to segregate the people who live on the other side from them. The wall was built over 2 decades ago to stop Palestinian terror attacks inside Israel after a wave of violence. But there is more than a wall to all of this. The West Bank and its people would make up the lion's share of a Palestinian state if one were to be recognized.
I don't get it, what's going on. I think it'll all become clear soon, okay? Hasan's caught flack for a statement you made in this stream. We're going to just watch through a little bit of the stream, a little bit beforehand, and just see where it comes up.
It's on the west bank of the River
Jordan, around here somewhere,
which is where it gets its name from. Current political leadership in Israel does not want a Palestinian state.
Hasan, even saw Hasan put on that lame-ass jacket and was like, best friend, that goes so hard. But I think that jacket does go hard. I actually do like that jacket. That's one of the few Hasan clothing pieces I'm like, I understand why he spent so much on that. That's kind of a cool jacket.
Moved a motion to annex the West Bank. It doesn't necessarily mean it'll happen, but it shows the thinking.
Like any kind of violence that Israeli settlers or the Israeli military experiences in the West Bank is literally legal, okay? It is legal resistance.
Okay. So, interesting statement here. Seems like this is where it's going to be.
It doesn't necessarily mean it'll happen, but it shows the thinking.
Like any kind of violence that Israeli settlers or the Israeli military experiences in the West Bank is literally legal, okay?
Okay. I don't know what the truth of that statement is. Any kind of violence. I don't know that any kind of violence is legal. I don't think that's true. Obviously, there are still limitations on the types of violence you can enact against people. I don't think you can just, like, you know, do... I've seen medieval torture You know, whatever the fuck. You know, obviously, it's not quite an accurate statement. Not quite an accurate statement, I think. If we're going to be super autistic about it.
Violence that Israeli settlers or the Israeli military experience.
Well, yeah, obviously, you can do anything you want in Argentina, because in Argentina, there's no laws.
Will happen, but it shows the thinking.
Like any kind of violence that Israeli settlers or the Israeli military experiences in the West Bank is literally legal, okay? It is legal resistance against an occupying military force. I cannot repeat this enough. Just like any kind of
So, I don't know. But yeah, any kind of violence. I think this is very inaccurate. I think this is quite inaccurate. It is, but the point is there. People in the West Bank have a right to defend their territory from these fucking military-escorted settlers. I think that's pretty reasonable. I think most reasonable people can agree on that. Pretty much all reasonable people can agree on that. You wouldn't want, in your country, and you would want the right to repel with force a settling group. People just started, if another country started setting up fucking houses in your country, you would want to be able to repel that with force, obviously.
Violence, any kind of violence that the Israeli occupying force experiences in the Gaza Strip is actually, once again, totally legal and totally moral resistance by the Palestinians. Doesn't matter if they're the Al-Aqsa Brigade, doesn't matter if they're a part of the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, doesn't matter if they're DFLP, PFLP, or even former Fatah militants, okay? It is perfectly legal, perfectly valid, and perfectly moral, okay? 100%. This is not like this is not a gray area. This is black and white, okay? It doesn't get more black and white than this. Israel's in the wrong. Israel is actually engaging in an apartheid, which is a crime in and of itself. Israel's doing a genocide in Gaza and an apartheid in the West Bank. 2 crimes in and of itself. And every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife.
So, what do we think might have set people off about this little statement? Can we see anything that's coming up? Let's run this back once more. Let's just hear exactly what he says as he goes into this.
Israel's doing a genocide in Gaza and an apartheid in the West Bank. 2 crimes in and of itself. And every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters.
So, he says, it doesn't matter if it's the settlers or the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Now, guys, can we engage our brains for a moment? Where is Hila right now, and where does she spend most of her time? We'll do multiple choice on this. Is it A, Bel Air? Is it B, Israel? Is it C, the West Bank? Or is it D, fucking, I don't know, Jordan? See, yeah, a lot of people are saying C, thinking that Hila Klein's located in the West Bank. Guys, unfortunately, Hila's IDF service ended a long time ago. So she's not actually in the West Bank anymore. Nor is she the occupying force in the West Bank. She's not actually in active service in the IDF. I don't know if you guys know this. I don't know if anyone's caught this. But yeah, she's not actually the occupying force in the West Bank. So this isn't actually Hasan saying, go and Hila Klein at all, is it? It's not remotely what's happening here. Now, I understand Because I'm an empathetic guy. I really am, deep down. I understand if you're Hila or Ethan, you might feel a bit like, what the fuck? Yeah, what the fuck? What do you, why just shout us out? Why say us like that? Why you say us like that? Why you say us like that? You know, like that. You might say, you can imagine Hila saying like, what you say my name for? What you say me for? You know, you can imagine Hila being quite upset and saying something like that. But I don't understand why everyone else is freaking out so much about it. I'm going to be real. I think it's quite virtue signaling. It's coming off like some hardcore virtue signaling. What'd you say fucking me for? Okay, stuff. Now, it is interesting. People pick up on this one so much and not the red bar clip, you know? That is interesting, isn't it? That is interesting. I've not heard anyone disavow this yet. I've not heard anyone be condemning. I'm going to pull up the Denham's reaction. It's the easiest way.
Someone was bringing up.
Saw this the other day. What does he say? Okay.
So you fucking eroticize yourself.
Let's just play the whole clip. Let's just play the whole clip.
And again, this is also an erotic segment.
Red Bar has gone after the Kleins way harder than anyone else I can think of, but Ethan sticks to harassing small women streamers, charity events, Yemeni teenagers.
Shut up.
So we're making fun of this woman for doing these terrible workouts. They're very spastic, but it's also erotica. So feel free to take out any part you want. Tits, ass, your butt, and play with it until you fucking eroticize yourself. And how about this as a contest? First person to come to Hila's... Can we do this? Put this on you. First person to come to Hila's workout wins.
This is like a billion times worse than anything I have literally ever done in my life, ever. And yet I've never seen Ethan Klein talk about this person at all.
Show Red Bar. They're doing this contest. Did you imagine that? Hila, we did this contest. There's this show, Red Bar. They're doing this contest where every audience member jacks up to see who could come the fastest to Hila's workouts.
That's SA.
And then is that SA?
Yes.
I don't know. Legally, that all seems sound. You're allowed to jack off to anything that's on TV. Okay, well, don't jack off to this.
Ethan Klein is 10 times more likely to show me watching it and be like, can you believe she watched it? Than to ever actually criticize the guy making the comments.
That's facts.
I'm just,
no, that's facts.
I want to know why.
You like an Ookie Hila.
Not the only clip he's done this in.
Here we go.
But we should do like an Ookie Hila game. Oogie Hila game where she's lying on the ground and we see how many people could break into her house and just that's a joke too. You gotta say joke when I
like, dude.
Oogie Hila game where she's lying on the ground and we see how many people could break into her house and just that's a joke too.
Like, dude. And we're crying about this.
Of armed resistance against both the settler, and genocide in Gaza, and an apartheid in the West Bank, 2 crimes in and of itself, and every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in these raids. The violence that the Palestinians engage in an act of resistance against this illegal...
Yeah, so even there he's saying about the raids, right? Now, okay, this is another point where I feel like Hasan might be just kind of... Well, I don't know the truth here. But I've never made firm statements about the Hila raid because my understanding is there has been, like, agreed upon, like, law enforcement action, basically, from the IDF in the West Bank between the PA and Israel. I think there has been collaboration agreed upon stuff there. So I don't know if you can easily say Hila's raid was illegal. that specifically was illegal. That raid she was on was illegal. I don't know that that's been substantiated. If it has, I'm more than open to hearing it, but yeah, I don't know if you can say that straight up. Obviously, it was an agreed upon raid. I don't know if just can they really just attack them? I don't know.
Occupying force is literally legal, definitionally legal. Okay?
Cope, the PA has been
truth.
what? Okay, you can say the PA has been a bitch in the West Bank, which is why they're so unpopular. You can say that, but it is slightly. There is a difference between a raid that is done in an illegal occupation, but the raid is agreed upon, versus the occupation is illegal and the raid is illegal and not agreed upon between the authorities. There is a distinction there. It's not that massive if you're like looking at like a more moral analysis, but I think when you are, well, I think it's important to be precise with it when you're talking about it. I don't think just saying that Hila was involved in an illegal raid if you don't have that 100% is smart.
Straight up. It doesn't matter that they look to be in garb that makes you think that they're in the right. Okay?
And right now, life is tough for Palestinians in the West Bank. They say they feel powerless. Random military operations, security checks and barriers restricting movement can happen anywhere and at any time.
So I assume that's the end of the clip.
Making normal movement impossible.
I think that's the end of it. Yeah, I just don't really think that's that crazy. Okay. We have got huge things happening right now, guys. Nick has gone back. So, Nick quote tweets it initially earlier, says, "This drama is escalating to a really scary place." Let's watch Asmongold's clip here as well.
If it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in these raids, the violence that the Palestinians engage in an act of resistance against this illegal occupying force is literally legal, definitionally legal. Okay? It's just the truth. And
no, it's not. If somebody attacks Hila Klein, they're gonna go to jail. Why is he telling people this?
This guy is so dumb, man. Oh my god. Oh, dude. It's times like this where it's just like, I just know I'm right. It's like, I just know I'm so right. I know I've been right this whole time. I've been right the last fucking 3 months. I'm right now. I will always be right. I've been right about this the whole time. Okay? It's just times like this. Dude.
if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in these raids, the violence that the Palestinians engage in an act of resistance against this illegal occupying force is literally legal, definitionally legal. Okay? It's just the truth. And
no, it's not. If somebody attacks Hila Klein, they're gonna go to jail. Why is he telling people this? Why would he be what is wrong with you? Do you think he'll get banned for this? At this point, I don't think so. I think that Twitch just doesn't care. I do. I think that Twitch is... They're so ideologically captured by... Like, I don't know what to do. I don't. He wants in on the lawsuit? I guess so.
I can't, man.
I mean, like, he's making a direct call for violence.
They do. Nick's walking back today, by the way. I was just spoiling, but we're going to go over tweets where Nick is now walking back the outcry of this a little bit. He's saying that it's just a bit reckless. It's like, you know, I can give that. It's like a little bit reckless. He's obviously taking a jab and doesn't really give a fuck. But it's just like, dude, you do this every week. No, Stylo, I'm saying fuck that because you do this every week. Yeah, you walked back this one, but there's one of these clips every week.
a direct and immediate call for violence against people that are American citizens. That's insane. Oh my God. Yeah, now you come to that conclusion. Well, I mean, no, I've said that before. I mean, I have. And so, yeah, make a post like with Alpha Mike. Let's share it. Yeah, I think that's something Ethan should report to the FBI. Honestly, yeah. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, I think that, like, I mean, at this point, like, you have... Like, it's domestic terror. Yeah, I mean, report what? Report that you have a person that's on a platform that's making an open call for violence and insinuating that one specific person should be a victim to that.
So true. So true. So true. Support for Hila Klein is pivotal right now. Dude, why has this guy started talking? I know why he has. It's because he is like totally bought into the H3 shit and reads nothing but our H3 Productions posts all day, which he's done for the last 5 years, but he used to do it seething with rage. And now instead he reads Hasan fan posts seething with rage and goes to H3 Productions for the self-soothing. But why does this guy now talk like the most estrogenic wine mom fucking bitch in the world? He is, like, actually so feminized. It's crazy. Support for Hila Klein is pivotal right now. Dude, you're, like, shameful. This is, like, actually shameful. He is. He's, like, full-blown, like, SJW shit, but just for Jews only. It's just all about Jews. But full-blown SJW. He's going to be posting, like, Jewish lives matter, you know, with the clapping emojis. Shit like that soon. It's coming, man, I'm telling you. We are, like, weeks away from these posts.
That's weird.
Thank you for the $5.
Interested in interpersonal internet drama.
Thank you for the $5. No, I saw someone was posting as well. I don't know if this was real. I'm, like, not co-signing this. I don't know if this was real. I don't know if this was real. But someone posted, apparently there were 2 posts from the same person. One of them was a Reddit post on H3 Productions, talking about being like not an Israeli, like leftist Jewish woman, and feeling like so happy that Ethan's speaking out, because it was so scary out there and all this stuff. And then the other post was like, ask India, and replying as like a man to dating questions or some shit. And it was like... It was so funny. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if that's real. I don't know if that's real. I'm not co-signing that at all. I'm not co-signing that at all. But it was incredibly funny. It did make me laugh, whether it was true or not. Okay, it made me laugh. Just the idea that there's all these like super Zionist Indians like sock popping on the H3 Productions subreddit. It's like Jewish women. Yeah, it like literally is like Kathy. It's like Kathy. But actually, but real. Oh, fuck. So I think there's a Hasan clarification here as well.
They're saying you currently think she's a valid target? No, of course not. That's fucking idiotic. I've never said that, and I don't believe that, and they're lying. It's the way it's clipped? No. No, that's fucking bullshit.
Facts. I mean, just a clean response, to be honest. Pretty clean response. Yeah, that is bullshit. Yeah, that's a total fucking lie. Dude, no way. Dude. The Ralpha male. The fucking Ralpha male. I don't scare, bitch. Dude, no fucking way. This is awesome. This is actually awesome. Support for Hila Klein is pivotal right now. Nah, I'm good on that. Also, this whole thing is twisted. Hassan was talking about offing her back when she was in the military, which would have been perfectly moral and legal under international law since the IDF is an illegal occupying force. Oh, and here's her record. Dude! He just posted a fucking Kato tweet. What are you doing? Hila Klein served as the aide-de-camp to the commander of the IDF brigade specifically tasked with conducting security operations, night raids in and around the city of Ramallah. She planned to participate in legal forces, experienced people from the homes. I don't know if the truth of this. I wouldn't co-sign this. I don't co-sign this. I don't co-sign this. I don't know the truth. I don't know what the truth that is at all. Dude, that's crazy that Ralph came in like that. Dude. That's how bad it's gotten, man. That's how bad the fucking hysteria is at this point. Ethan Ralph is just stepping in and being like, no, you're being bad faith to Hasan right now. You're bad faith out of context clipping Hasan right now. Dude. Gato is one of the most bad faith people in this whole thing. Lies constantly. Hila didn't participate in the raid. She was asked to do a singular ride along on the raid she didn't know the background of. She never planned anything either, lol. Doesn't matter, TBH. Any IDF member is fair game when they're in the IDF. Take it up with the criminal Israeli regime. Dude, Ralph. Dude. This guy's funny. Dude. Just total Ralph male victory, man. Total Ralph male victory. Let's get nasty, let's get dirty. You want to be Howard Stern, bish? I'm Howard Stern. Oh my god. Alright, where's the walk back? Where's Nikki D's walk back? I think this clip is reckless, but it's also out of context. He's making a point. Oh, wait, we should read the original tweet first. Dipshit Tectone saying, Hasan. So this thing he 100% means to pan to extreme audience he cultivated. Clip blows up, goes mainstream on Twitter. Hasan backtracks immediately, starts crying it's out of context. He's actually a super great guy. Many such cases. Well, no, he's actually totally right, actually. He did say a thing he 100% meant. It did get clipped out of context. Even without the context, it was still pretty clear what he was saying, to be honest. Yeah. He's just right. He's just right. He just owns you. He just owns you again, Tectone. Maybe stop being such a, like, a low IQ, mentally ill freak. Allegedly abusive freak. And Hasan won't own you every single fucking week. I think this clip is reckless, but it's also out of context. He's making a point about valid military targets of IDF soldiers actively occupying the West Bank. He's invoking Hila Klein in past tense to reference the ride-along to Palestinians or supporters attacking her in California would not be an act of resistance, it would be offense. I guess we'll just play the clip when Nick posted it, so just to see what he put up. Oh, he's doing commentary. It's a commentary Twitter clip.
Well, I think it's pretty fucking obvious that Hasan Piker mentioning Hila Klein in current day while describing a valid military target is absolutely reckless and fucking stupid. That being said, there is additional context here that needs to be shown to provide what he's actually trying to say.
Okay. I'm going to give extreme charity here. I'm going to give extreme charity and say that if you do already have a legitimately very poor, like, you think Hasan is, like, legitimately bloodthirsty view of him, you could, Jesus, I'm dying, interpret the way that he says podcast co-host has some implicit meaning of, like, because she is a podcast co-host who supports these things, you can target her. If you have some, like, super deranged view of Hasan that is genuinely held, you can both be not dishonest and make these arguments. Yeah, I'm dying for speaking the truth. They're literally trying to kill me right now for speaking the truth, okay, guys? That's why you guys, okay, 427 people here right now, 48 likes on stream. Some of those almost 400 people. Please move the cursor, thumbs up and clicking it. Pressing the thumbs up on your mobile device. That'd be hugely appreciated. Now, if you want to take your support one step further, you can donate directly through the Stream Elements link in the pin chat message. You can also buy a membership to the channel, gift a membership to the channel, gift a whole bunch of memberships randomly throughout the chat. Buy a super chat, which will highlight a message you read on TTS, or buy a super sticker, which is a YouTube image or GIF that will be highlighted in chat, and I'll describe it to you. You can go to discord.gg/Kuihman, twitter.com/Kuihman, or reddit.com/r/Kuihman. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
In his argument, because I noticed the clip starts pretty late, and this is probably why.
Current political leadership in Israel does not want a Palestinian state, and the Israeli parliament just approved a motion to annex the West Bank.
Like any kind of violence that Israeli settlers or the Israeli military experiences in the West Bank is literally legal, okay? It is legal resistance against an occupying military force. I cannot...
Like, in this context, he is absolutely talking about people who are currently occupying the West Bank. People who are actively invading.
Thank you, Gwal, for the 800
Bank,
yen super sticker.
not
Thank
people
you.
who live in California.
The wow emote.
Cannot repeat this enough. Just like any kind of violence that the Israeli occupying force experiences in the Gaza Strip is actually, once again, totally legal and totally moral resistance by the Palestinians. Doesn't matter if they're the Al-Aqsa Brigade, doesn't matter if they're a part of the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, doesn't matter if they're DFLP, PFLP, or even former Fatah militants, okay? It is perfectly legal, perfectly valid, and perfectly moral, okay? 100%. This is not like this is not a gray area. This is black and white, okay? It doesn't get more black and white than this. Israel's in the wrong. Israel is actually engaging in an apartheid, which is a crime in and of itself. Israel's doing a genocide in Gaza and an apartheid in the West Bank.
Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Huge appreciate, Grantic. Thank you, Grantic. Huge appreciate. Thanks so much.
This is not a gray area. This is black and white, okay? It doesn't get more black and white than this. Israel's in the wrong. Israel is actually engaging in an apartheid, which is a crime in and of itself. Israel's doing a genocide in Gaza and an apartheid in the West Bank. 2 crimes in and of itself. And every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in these raids. The violence that the Palestinians engage in an act of resistance against this illegal occupying force is literally legal, definitionally legal, okay? It's just the truth, straight up. It doesn't matter that they look to be in garb that makes you think that they're in the right.
It sounds like he's like conflating past and current tense a lot. I think it's like a stupid idea to invoke Hila Klein in the middle of this argument specifically, unless you do it very carefully. And I understand why people are coming away from this thinking that he's talking about Hila Klein in current day. I don't think that that was the intent behind the comment that he made in the clip.
It's not even what the statement means, okay? That's the thing that I always find annoying with these fucking idiots. What's the meaning of the statement? If you take the language as written, as spoken, what does it mean? And you know what it means. You know there's literally, like, no reasonable person can actually hear that statement and think that's what someone's saying. But Hutch weighing in here. To take a jab at Hila like that after CPS and the skulls is really disgusting behavior. Do these people have any decency left in them at all? After the CPS lie? Now we've got Destiny. Just saying, I think you could justify attacking Hasan IRL for these statements, which is just like, what do you expect from this guy at this point? Literally, disagreeing with looking at Destiny wrong means you should have your head cut off in this guy's worldview now. So, I don't know what you really expect from this retard. Surely this will get the same outrage that Hasan's statements do, and Bad Empanada's statements, Mike from PA, Sean DeBlack, fucking nobodies. I haven't actually looked at the Ethan Instagram post yet, have I? That's one part I've missed. So if I started saying shit like, Hasan is a Hamas propagandist and therefore a legitimate military target, that's not anything like what he said, actually. What a fucking idiot. What a fucking idiot Ethan is. What a fucking knuckle-dragging moron this guy is. It's actually not what Hasan said at all. If I started saying shit like Hasan is a Hamas propagandist and therefore a legitimate military target, which I do not believe... Oh, is this a dog whistle? Willie Mac, can you make it Willie Mac? Willie Mac, I need a video on this. Willie Mac, I need a video on this right now, Willie Mac. Willie Mac, can you put a video out on this right now, please, Willie Mac? Everyone is going to be okay with that. This is the 4th time a leftist Twitch streamer has explicitly called for me or Hila's death. Nobody's been reprimanded, I assume you mean, reprehended for these death threats by Twitch, not once. For a comparison on YouTube, Bad Empanada played an FPS game. We play as a Hamas soldier and Hamas and murder Israelis. Fuck me. He simulated murdering Hila in the game, and as a result, caught a week-long suspension. He hasn't wished death on either of us on YouTube since then, as he knows there are repercussions for making death threats on YouTube. So yeah, content like that. So that's not even the first time, by the way, Ethan's had a simulated death taken off of YouTube, is it? It's interesting. There is a slight mirror in Bad Empanada. Because Bad Empanada did like a pseudo-simulated death of Hila. If you think back many years, someone else did a simulated death of one of the Kleins. And had the video taken down for it. Is that still up? Is that version of it still up? That's the one that has the death, I think. Yeah, I don't think it's ever been put back up, has it? Upload. It did get taken up. I thought it got put back up years later. He already replied to what? Dude. Yeah, so he replied to his estrogenic tweet. By the way, literally no amount of walking back. Literally, it doesn't matter. Hasan could have actually called for it. And I still would have said that tweet was estrogenic as fuck. Hasan could have said that 100% full-throatedly, 10 toes down, the most extreme version of that statement. I still would say that is an estrogenic bitch, whine on tweet. And you sound like a bitch tweeting it. Okay, well, I don't know what you're saying, Naga, but I don't want it on my chat, that's for sure. I think there is additional context to the recent Hasan tweet that's worth watching, but I'm going to keep this up too. The controversy really brought out the bloodthirsty people who want someone to die over this drama. Okay. Okay. Do you notice how the offense is always incredibly specific, but the walkback is always very general? It's like when I attack Hasan, I attack Denims. When I'm wrong... Oh, isn't everyone just so crazy right now? Isn't everyone just so crazy right now? I think everyone's just a little crazy right now. Willie does this as well. He's like, I don't know what should happen with Destiny or any of these people, but Bad Empanada gotta go. It's like, okay. Very snaky. Very pathetic and snaky, frankly. Yeah, exactly, Kilo. Exactly. Exactly. Wow. I don't have anything else to cover on this, to be honest. I thought that's about it, no. There's probably more Asmongold coverage to watch. We'll probably do that. I was really kind of hoping Nick would just go live and run this. Unfortunately, he realized before he got a chance to.
I don't think that they do. Called for the removal of T as useful source of alternative perspective.
Yo, thank you.
You really posted on subreddit. No way you're defending this dude.
Thank you.
I mean, it doesn't really matter, but any have an armed.
Yeah, let's watch his
game. You're right. No male. Well, the 8
coverage.
Yeah, fine. Huh. It's games that are but it's not as big as the game itself. And that's my point. Hasan calls for the murder of Hila Klein. Huh. That sounds pretty bad. Let's watch it. Yeah, okay.
Matter if they're DFLP, PFLP, or even former Fatah militants. Okay? It is perfectly legal, perfectly valid, and perfectly
I don't think you should be saying it's perfectly... Wait, let me finish.
Moral. Okay? 100%.
He should not be saying that it's perfectly legal to do something that's not legal. It's not legal to...
Oh, what's this? Which subreddit is this post on? That looks like a H3 Productions logo to me. 5 minutes after watching the Hasan clip about Hila. Electronic tip form, submission successful. And yes, I actually made a real submission, because shit is actually serious and scary. Under Destiny's logic, anything is justified against this user now. I can't even say that anymore, can I? But that is legitimately his logic. He claims that J-Stalk got the FBI called on him, and that's part of why he can do whatever the fuck he wants now. But people will literally fucking cry if I say this shit about anyone now.
Do anything to a person because they were part of the IDF. It's just not true. Like, you can say it's moral, that's fine. But, like, I mean, I could disagree with that, but you should not be telling people it's legal to do this. That's crazy.
This is not like a black, if they're DFLP, PFLP, or even former Fatah militants, okay? It is perfectly legal, perfectly valid, and perfectly moral, okay?
Yes.
100%. This is not like a black and, this is not a gray area. This is black and white, okay? It doesn't get more black and white than this.
Okay.
Israel's in the wrong. Israel is actually engaging in an apartheid, which is a crime in and of itself. Israel's doing a genocide in Gaza and an apartheid in the West Bank. 2 crimes in and of itself.
Right.
And every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in the Israelis. Doesn't matter if they're...
So, like, he literally, even in that clip, you hear, in the West Bank. In the West Bank. Is Hila in the West Bank? No.
Wow. Man.
In your home, in Los Angeles.
That's crazy. I mean, is he calling to, I mean, like...
against both.
Is he calling that it's morally justified and it's legal to have an armed resistance against, like, Ethan's wife, Hila?
No, he's not, actually.
That's crazy. He's using coded language to avoid directly saying it? No, he's not. Where's the code? There's no code. What do you mean? Where's the coded language?
It's actually, yeah, it's actually very explicit. He's very clear with what he means, actually. Asmongold's correct. Asmongold is correct on one point. Hasan is very clear and explicit with exactly what he means.
Type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in the Israelis. Doesn't matter if they're DFL.
Wow. Wow. Armed resistance equals death? I mean, how else would you resist against a person? Yeah, I mean, calling for the death of somebody, right? Yeah, I don't understand. Like, that's great. That's really bad. That's super bad. Holy shit. And this is the, okay, here we go.
Great journalist here,
this
Dan
is the better
Contoy.
version.
Great journalist here.
And every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife.
Impartial Dan, they call them. Impartial Dan, they call them, because all of his reporting is so impartial. Many people are saying this, actually. They're saying he's impartial Dan, because he's just looking for the facts.
That participate in these raids, the violence that the Palestinians engage in an act of resistance against this illegal occupation.
Was Asmung got kicked in the head by a horse?
No, he was just raised in a house where he had a hoarder mother and, like, black mold everywhere, so his brain is, like, completely fucked.
Occupying force is literally legal, definitionally legal, okay? It's just the truth. And...
No, it's not. If somebody attacks Hila Klein, they're gonna go to jail. Why is he telling people this? Why would he be what is wrong with you? Do you think he'll get banned for this? At this point, I don't think so. I think that Twitch just doesn't care. I do. I think that Twitch they're so ideologically captured by, like, I don't know what to do. I don't. He wants in on the lawsuit? I guess so. I mean, like, he's making a direct call for violence.
I think this guy is... Well, I guess the stupid part is thinking you can sell this. I agree that he doesn't care whether this is true. And he's going to say this either way. But, yes, it's just you're retarded for thinking you can sell this.
A direct and immediate call for violence against people that are American citizens. That's insane. Oh my God. Yeah, now you come to that conclusion. Well, I mean, no, I've said that before. I mean, I have. And so, yeah, make a post like with Alpha Mike. Let's share it. Yeah, I think that's something Ethan should report to the FBI. Honestly, yeah. Like, I'm going to be real. Like, I think that, like, I mean, at this point, like, you have... Like, it's domestic terror. Yeah, I mean, report what? Report that you have a person that's on a platform that's making an open call for violence and insinuating that one specific person should be a victim to that. Do you really think so? Let me go ahead and let's actually evaluate what he said and think if it's a threat or not. If he said that about Donald Trump, would the Secret Service be at his house? Yes. That's right. Everybody knows this. So the reason why is because it's a threat. Everybody knows it's a threat. It's not implied. It's not insinuated. It's stated. He says it. Yeah, in 30 minutes.
So true.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like absolutely brain dead. Like, do I even need to say anything
Hasan
about
used
this?
her as an example.
We all know what Hasan's saying. He said in the West Bank. We all know what he's saying. We're not talking about Hila in America. We're not talking about Hila now. We're not saying you just go do whatever you want to Hila. He was saying that if Hila was in the West Bank, in active service with the IDF, part of the occupying force, then she would be a valid military target in that instance. Okay? Problem?
I know that. Yes, that's exactly it. He has said it about Trump. Well, no, he hasn't said that. And he technically has said if you're in the West Bank, which is Palestinian territory, no. Well, no, because he said former.
PFLP, or even former Fatah militants, okay? It is perfectly legal, perfectly valid, and perfectly moral, okay? 100%. This is not like a black and... This is not a gray area.
Yep.
This is black and white, okay? It doesn't get more black and white than this.
And he's also... he said former, number one. He did.
Gray area.
Yep.
Legal, perfectly valid, and perfectly moral, okay? 100%. This is not like a black and... This is not a gray area.
Yep.
This is black and white, okay? It doesn't get more black and white than this.
And he's also... he said former.
Wait, but he didn't say former about Hila. He didn't say former about Hila. He said former about Fatah militants. He said former Fatah. He was not talking about former IDF Hila. He said the word former, yes. At some point in that clip, he did say the word former. Former was not affiliated with Hila in any way. Former was associated with Fatah, because I don't think Fatah even exists anymore, right?
Number one, he did. Number two, not only did he say former, but he stated her by name, and she was formerly in the military. There's no... There's
no.
There's no talking around this.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is, Asmongold. It's very simple. He didn't say what you said he said. He said something completely different. That's how you talk around it, Asmongold. It's because you're lying. Because you're lying about what he said.
Right? I mean, this is crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah,
this
I mean, there you go. When he said someone has to do it, talking about assassinating the president, well, I don't know when he said that. I'd have to go back and see. But, yeah, there you go. Podcaster's wife. Yeah. Tag Ethan. Oh, Ethan probably already knows about this. It's not like it's a big secret or anything like that. But, yeah. Let me go back. I'll see if there's any more posts about this. And state of Palestine is not recognized by the United States, so wouldn't Palestinians legally be expected to follow Israeli law? I have no idea. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But see if there's any more about this. And state of Palestine is not recognized by the United States, so wouldn't Palestinians legally be expected to follow Israeli law?
What a chatter. What a chatter.
Like that. But yeah. Let me go back. I'll see if there's any more posts about this. And state of Palestine is not recognized by the United States, so wouldn't Palestinians legally be expected to follow Israeli law? I have no idea. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But anyway, this man could shoot a human being on stream and get away with it. Yeah. And so what I think is crazy about this is that, like, this has been a problem. I think that this problem has been escalating over time. And I think that especially ever since October 7th, I think that Hasan has basically gotten more and more and more extreme. And is he facilitating terrorism in his chat? Is he promoting terrorism? Well, it's undeniable that he promotes terrorism. This is an undeniable objective fact. He puts it out there and he says that he's 10 toes down and he supports it. I mean, like, this is not, Hasan isn't a terrorist, but he promotes terrorists. And so why is this even happening? What is this? And I would have no problem. I want to make people understand. I would have no problem with him saying this if he was on Twitter, right? But the problem is that on Twitch, there is a terms of service and there is a set of rules that people have. And
wait, so now he's making a TOS argument? He's just been, like, fucking virtue signaling for the last 20 minutes, and now he's walking back to a fucking TOS argument. Bro, you are actually the biggest pussy around. You are the biggest fucking pussy around.
They're not being followed. You're not applying the rules based off of what people do. You're just punishing people for things that are just, oh, wow. I think Destiny even talked about this as well. Promoting them makes you one brother. Think about that logically. I mean, I think it's important to draw a distinction between that. Yeah, even Destiny's talking about this, right? Let's see here.
The Ukrainians want this more to end more than anyone. But I think referring to Ukraine as a proxy for the United States, really denies the Ukrainians agency in a way that I just don't think is right.
I don't disagree with you on this, by the way.
Oh, yes, yeah. His chat is actually insane. What the fuck? Yeah, his chat is crazy. I feel like dude, if the next shooter comes from his fucking chat, I think that, not to pull a big Dan here, but I feel like Dan Clancy and Twitch, like, some of these people should be charged with crimes. It is insane that it's just like a fucking terrorist recruiting.
I agree with that, by the way. I do. I think that we have a huge problem. This is what I said with Roblox too, is that we have a huge problem with people that run these websites that effectively take no accountability on this.
Platform on Twitch now for this guy's chat. It's actually wild.
He's actively supporting violence against civilians is absolutely enough to be definitionally be one.
Just the most embarrassing group of people making the most embarrassing arguments, and it just makes me like the people they're crying about more. You're like, this is like, this is the way it works. You can't just endlessly cry about someone saying totally reasonable things. At some point, people are going to just be like, well, this guy must be doing something right because he's pissing you guys off so much.
LOL, Israelis are allowed to commit war crimes and Palestinians have no right to defend themselves? No, nobody's saying that. Nobody said that at all. Nobody said Palestinians don't have a right to defend themselves. He's talking about people that used to be in the military being valid military targets. And then also, the fact is that there are Palestinian and Israeli civilians that are being killed on both sides. This is what happens. It's a war. It's not like, it's really not a black and white situation. And there's a lot of people that are innocent that have died on both sides of this conflict. Like, to act like this is a totally one-sided perspective, this is Twitter brain rot. I mean, not every Israeli...
I don't think you can quite both sides the innocent death count, the innocent's death toll.
person supports what Israel is doing in Palestine. Not every Palestinian supports what Hamas is doing in Palestine.
That's pretty
either.
asymmetrical.
So not every Palestinian supports October 7th. This is it's a crazy level of binary thinking that only exists in the most radicalized spaces on the internet. No normal person thinks like this. No normal person functions like this. And anybody, by using even basic logic, will come to the conclusion that it's a ridiculous thing to even say or think. So anyway, this is a very, very different thing. It really is. He says, if people participate in genocide on foot, even if they're your podcaster wife, so he means people in there.
Okay, I'm sick of this fucking shit where it's like, no normal person would ever think. First of all, plenty of normal people totally agree with Hasan, because loads of people are super pro-Palestine now. That's just not the case. So plenty of normal people do agree with Hasan. In fact, Hasan's audience is probably far more normal by traditional standards than Asmongold's. But since when are we pretending that fucking normal people should be the standard for what you say or think? Dude, normal people are fucking retarded. Asmongold himself bangs on about how fucking stupid the average person is. Why the fuck am I using the average American or some shit as my barometer for what I should think or say? Are you fucking crazy? Are you fucking insane? The average American is a complete, like, lead-brained degenerate that does not give a fuck about anything that's happening in the world outside of their own fucking four walls of their house. Like, I don't give a fuck what the average American thinks.
Genocide? Yeah, but, like, how does he define participate? And also, like, he's naming... Well, let me ask you a question, right? Well, actually, I don't know who that person was. And let me just go ahead and understand this. Do you think that he's calling for... He clearly means people who are in there on foot? So why do you think he said former, and why did he name somebody who wasn't there then? Doesn't that seem interesting to you? Because, like, to me, I feel like that's very interesting. Hasan said occupying force in the West Bank. Well, he said former as well.
These days, you get arrested and thrown in jail if you say something about your favorite podcaster's wife.
Yeah, I mean, she's not in the Israeli military. She hasn't been for a long time.
Dude, I fucking muted. I was thanking donos. I read off a dono. I was fucking muted. Okay. Thank you for the anonymous dono, the $5. Thank you, anonymous. And also, $4.20 from Yanda that I missed earlier. How long till Nicky Boy gets the lip filler and long nails, nail polish, clinking his fat sausage fingers, the nail polish emoji? Yes, queen. Thank you. Huge appreciate. Thank you.
So why would he do that? Why would he make the example of a person like that to say that violence is justified against that one specific person? Yeah, probably because his ego can't handle he's losing a beef, but I don't think you can stretch what he say to say that he's putting her on a hitch list. If he said that about Donald Trump, do you think that the Secret Service would be at his house? If he said what he said there about Donald Trump, do you think they'd be at his house?
Dude.
Within a day? No, I'm just... Let's...
Well, Hasan knows exactly where the line is on this. Hasan knows exactly where the line is on this. The FBI would not have a single case against Hasan. He knows where the line is.
No, it's okay.
Max, save the $1.99.
It's not an absurdum argument.
Max stating with a $1.99 dono. Mission understood. I know what I must do. Well, Max, actually, that was simply a sketch about what you can and can't say. I just want to be totally clear here. I did not play this for any sort of coded instructions about what you should do to Donald Trump. I do not agree. I condemn political violence in all of its forms. It's simply not a way to run a democracy. Okay? I just want to make that totally, completely, 100% clear. For the record, I want that noted. Okay.
Do you think Secret Service would act if Donald was storming in the Gaza buildings? No, but he would put on a watch list for sure. You didn't answer my question. Do you think that if Ethan, if Hasan said that about Donald Trump, what he said about Hila, do you think that the Secret Service would be at his house? Why would you bring up something that's not the question? Why would you even say that? I asked a very specific question. It's a yes or no question. And you're talking about something Donald Trump being in Gaza? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Why would you even bring that up? Like, I don't even understand. Like, just answer the question. It's such a simple concept. I'll give this person...
Anyone else worried about low oxygen levels to Asman's brain? Hope he gets an oxygen tank.
Yeah, I disavow that. Thank you for the 699. What's this Hila post? Hasan Piker, who was exposed by my husband to be a disgusting creep, has retaliated by calling for violence against me. Think back and you'll notice a trend. When he wants to get Ethan, he attacks me. This is just another glimpse into the psyche of a man who doesn't see women as his equal. He uses women to whatever ends he needs, be it revenge, sexual gratification, or to massage his ego, by exposing their nude bodies without their consent to his boys. The virtue signaling is crazy. Nobody cares, bitch. Nobody cares.
One more reply, and then we've got to move on, okay? We can't spend all day with this, right? Oh man! Wow. What is this? It's just such a simple idea. Why is this?
A son Piker who was exposed by my husband to be a disgusting creep has retaliated.
Complicated at all. You had no problem chirping.
Asmongold coverage makes everyone age like being on the planet in Interstellar.
Thank you to Hoop God for the $5. Huge appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Being constantly, and now you don't have anything to say. This is I don't even understand this. What's going on here? They just want to waste your time? Well, they're succeeding. I'll certainly tell you that. Yeah, this person, let's be real, right, guys? The reason why they didn't answer my question is because they know... Oh, here we go. He did respond. I saw it in chat. Hasan said people participating actively in genocide valid military targets. You know, their favorite podcast, right? It's unhinged, but it's not an active call to violate. Why are you not answering my question? You won't answer my question.
Yeah, wait. No, it's just totally... He's totally right. Hasan said that the people who participate in active genocide are valid military targets, even if they're your favorite podcaster's wife. It's unhinged, sure, but not active call to violence.
Why are you not answering my question? You won't answer my question because you know...
Ethan going to kick because Twitch doesn't moderate anti-Semitism. Yeah, bad news, buddy. Bad news.
To an obvious conclusion. You know, and the reason why this is the reason why I use, oh, if somebody said this about the president, would they get in trouble? Let me explain the reason why I use that as an example. The reason why I...
Wait, what was the last message for the ban?
Because you know...
Sorry, I got like 20-sec delay.
That it leads to an obvious conclusion. You know, and the reason why this is the reason why I use, oh, if somebody said this about the president, would they get in trouble? Let me explain the reason why I use that as an example. The reason why I use that as an example is because it is the ultimate steelman case to justify whether something is or is not a threat. And I think that there is no ambiguity at all whenever you're dealing with making statements about the president. Like, nobody is going to say, if I said, if I ever met Donald Trump, I would give him an ice cream cone. Nobody, they're not going to arrest me for that. Nothing's going to happen because it's not a threat. If I said I like Donald Trump or I hate Donald Trump, I'm not going to get arrested for that. So the point is that if you can't acknowledge, because that is the highest level of accountability that the country has for making threats. Do you see what I'm saying? And so apparently Hasan said it was the only reason he had for thinking it. Yeah, I guess so. And sounds like a harsh ban. Chatter was retarded, not malicious or rude. No, he was not retarded.
Yeah, whenever Asmongold speaks for more than like 5 minutes, you realize why he relies on just wow and yep and there it is, dude. So much, don't you? You quickly realize why he so often defaults to only a few words.
That he was a liar. He was a disingenuous liar who refused to answer a question because he knows that he's lying. I don't want to have people in my chat that are coming into the chat that are pushing a narrative that they know isn't true. He knows that he's lying. That's why, like, any normal person, when you ask them a question, would just simply answer the question. The reason why people don't answer questions when you ask them questions is because they know that the answer will lead to a conclusion that makes
literally got completely destroyed by this fucking chatter, and now he's coping about the chatter debate for like 20 minutes. You can see why this guy doesn't fucking talk to anyone.
Wrong. That's the reason why. So it's really, yeah, they won't have a, they're not, and this is, again, they're not engaging in a genuine conversation at all. Yeah, bro's dishonest. Yeah, he's just being dishonest. And so, yeah, anyway, let me pull a big Dan here, but I feel like Dan Clancy and Twitch, like, some of these people should be charged with crimes. It is insane that it's just like a fucking terrorist recruiting platform on Twitch now for this guy's chat. It's actually wild.
It's real bad. Well, of course, I think your assessment is completely correct. I see it as converging interests. Ukrainians have always...
Right. And so there we go. Basically, they're doing one side's okay, the other side won't. Yeah, exactly. And Hasan doesn't mean Hamas. Did I say hostages? Terrible person. Well, I don't know. Your question was apples and oranges, so you would be dishonesty. I'm going to pull up one more person, and then I want to move on. And what about this is, so if you're saying the same thing, so what's the difference between the two?
Wait, guys, quick. Oh, fuck, no!
I'll scroll down. It's cool. I hope you don't believe. Gets an answer is that no. Bloodline in his, or not, will be not, and him. It's massively disliked. If you do something like that GQ piece.
I was gonna pull this up anyway. I was trying to pause to pull this up.
It's my brother Justin's birthday today. He's been a big fan since 2018. Do you think you could wish him a happy birthday? He also appreciates your casual Friday fits.
You're sending in a super chat on his behalf. What is this, Cameo? $100 Cameo? Hey, I need a birthday wish for my brother Justin. Hey, it's me, Nick Fuentes, on Cameo. No, thank you for the big super chat. Yeah, happy birthday, I guess. Happy birthday. I'm not Cameo, but happy birthday to your brother. Hope it's a good one. Enjoy. If that's real, hope it's a good one. Have fun. Big fan since 2018. That's a long time. 7 years. Wow. Enjoy. It's my birthday on Monday. Oh, man, it's my birthday on Monday? I'm going to be 27. That doesn't even feel real. I'm a kid. What happened to me? I was a kid. Now I'm 27. Now I'm legitimately an adult. And I feel like an adult. Like, I talk to these youngsters, I talk to these TikTokers, and it's like, I'm just so much older than them. I'm like, I'm so unk. I'm like, who's Ian? They're like, pfft. So yeah, I'm an old fart now. 27, I'm an old man. I'm a mature, distinguished old man. Yeah, so I hope it's a good one. Don't get old. It's highly overrated.
Bro, why are you saying he's almost as old as Kuihman? Fuentes is older than me. He's older than me. Not almost as old. Older than me.
Got massive hate.
Political content creator who isn't necessarily, like a pariah figure at all. I mean,
then why is it that every show that you go on that's not your own show that gets massively disliked? If you do something like that GQ piece got massive hate, the CNN interview got a massive amount of hate, Trash Taste got a massive amount of hate, everybody that's collaborated with Hasan outside of Hasan has gotten a huge amount of hate for doing it. I think that's being a pariah. And by the way, takes one to know one.
Thank you for the $5. Thank you.
I know.
Political content creator who gets like coverage from mainstream news in general.
So did Alex Jones gets coverage. What is that? What does this even mean?
Just think, what could it be? Is there one issue? Because like these companies normally don't mind progressive politics. What is the one issue that causes a lot of fear in the hearts and minds?
Promoting terrorism. promoting people that kill other people. Yeah. That would be, yeah, that's, I think that's the one. That's the bad one. I think that's probably that's the big one, right?
And souls of every single content creator who will every now and then say something, but usually won't say anything. Yes. A company that might have maybe some R&D facilities in another country.
Guess where? It's Israel.
A tiny country. A country the size of New Jersey.
Who could he possibly... I think... he must be talking about, like, Hawaii, right? It's got to be Hawaii.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Complain about it?
A country that's a small bean, perhaps? Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah.
Damn, bro, rough day right out of the bottle.
Hawaii, the
rough,
country,
man.
dude. Okay.
What are you crying about? I wasn't invited either. I'm not supposed to be on AT&T events either. Like, and it's not like, why are you being such a bitch? Like, yes, both of us, me and Hasan, have hot takes. We say things that are very controversial, and a lot of big companies don't want to be, they don't want to have anything to do with it. It's not because of Israel. It's because you said that a guy was like face fucking a congressman in the eye that he got shot out with his dick. It's you saying that 9/11.
What? No. In the joke that Hasan made, his eye wasn't shot out. His eye wasn't shot out. The way he lost his eye was because his eye hole got fucked by the brave Mujahideen soldier. I feel like we need the clip. I feel like we do need the clip. I feel like Asmongold's being kind of bad faith here. I feel like we need the clip.
Soft power is the exact same as hard power. Soft power, embassies, diplomacy, exact same thing as military bases. I can't do this. I can't do this. This guy has the understanding of foreign policy of like a 12-year-old. What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with this dude? Didn't he go to war and like literally lose his eye because some Mujahideen, a brave fucking soldier, fucked his eye hole with their dick? Isn't that how he lost his fucking dumbass eye? Because he got his fucking eye hole fucked? By a brave soldier? Didn't he learn that there's a difference between like military bases and diplomacy?
So good.
Was deserved, playing terrorist propaganda. Like, come on, man. What the fuck do you expect? I mean, I don't sit around crying about this because I know the stuff that I say. I know that it's controversial. I know it's problematic. Well, how can you possibly be sitting around, goofing around saying this stuff and being like, oh, why don't they like me? Well, what do you mean, why don't they like you? You know why they don't like you. Everybody knows this. It's clueless. Yes, you're not clueless. You know exactly what's going on. It's outrageous. Outrageous. I don't know what to say. Yeah, we ain't giving away too much charity on exactly why he does this. I'm just saying in general, right? And so, yeah. Imagine if someone used collective shout force strategy, force Twitch and moves on. I think, well, either way, I hope that they talk to the FBI about this and they make sure that there are no credible threats against Hila and, you know, she's safe. Making a call for an armed resistance against a random American citizen is insane. She's not part of the IDF. She was whenever she was legally required to be, whenever she was in Israel. To act like this is some sort of, you know, generational guilt that she has to carry on forever is insane. It's disgusting. Somebody should not be saying this on Twitch. I'm surprised that they didn't suspend them. But, you know, we'll see what happens. It depends. Again, the chances, so... This is the way that Twitch does suspensions. You guys might not know this. Twitch doesn't care. If I started saying the N-word on stream and nobody talked about it, Twitch wouldn't ban me. They wouldn't care. They don't have any principles. They don't have any morals. They don't have any ethics. They have no principled guiding North Star for their decision making. It's very simple.
What were we saying? Did you say generational guilt?
If something
even
gets
catch that.
enough negative
Sorry, I'm fucking
attention,
retarded.
they will ban the person doing it. It's just like that Riley person, the Battlefield 6 cheater. Why would Twitch? How does Twitch know they're cheating? Ask yourself that question. How does Twitch know that this person was cheating for sure? They don't. They just guessed. They guess, they don't. Now, they could be 90% sure. There's no direct, immediate, 100% certainty evidence. You could say you're 90% sure, but nobody could say they're 100. And I think you're foolish to say that you're 100. It's foolish to say that. But Twitch banned that person because of a lot of negative feedback on Twitter. And so that's it. Apparently it wasn't cheating. I have no idea. And neither do they. But they made the ban because a lot of people talked about it. That is the way that Twitch moderates all rules on their website. If a lot of people get mad, then they take action. If they don't, then nothing happens. The reason Mike from PA got banned is he kicked up a firestorm. It was not just me. I think that a lot of people were very mad about that. And it really kind of isn't surprising, is it? I mean, like,
wow.
Black
I can't fucking
organization in the United Kingdom.
Do this shit anymore. This
Dozens
sucks.
of other Muslim countries.
It's quite windy, guys. And the number 2
Yeah.
story was about Greg.
Bro, are these fucking losers still protesting?